start, yes, I colored my hair. It's all kind of pinky red, and then there's purple in here. And then if you go to the back, there's a different shade of red because we ran out of hair dye at the salon, so we had to do another color. And it is insane. It stains everything like crazy. Like, I don't know if you can see the whole side of my face and my neck. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg. My pillows are stained. The color of my shirts and my coats are stained. Everything is stained on this stuff. So I'm gonna have to go back to the salon and see if there's something she can do to help me with it. Like, I love how it looks, but it's freaking everywhere. And I do not, like, this rain is supposed to be called no bleeds. And it bleeds on everything. Like the pink stain of the side of my hair that's all shaved, which is really too bad. But I don't know, maybe I should have expected it. But it looks cool, and I'm really happy. And I got it done the night that I went to the Marianas Trench concert on the 16th, which was so amazing. I had such a great time, and I've wanted to do this whole vlog about what a great time it was, but I've been so tired, and this is the first time I've been able to stop and take a breath, and I thought I'd do this video outside, which I hope it works. The glare is actually so bad I can't see anything. But I don't care. I wanted to talk about it anyway because I've been talking with people that went with me, and everyone's all like, oh, Josh Ramsey's abs, he's so sexy. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, but what about the actual music? Somebody talk to me about the music, which was beautiful. I was sitting in the top row of the risers, so every single time somebody had to come and sit down, I'd have to get up, and I'd be standing there in this teeny tiny space, and it was like, oh my god, I'm gonna like fall and go tumbling down and down and down and down and down, and I'm gonna die. Like, I was so scared, and I don't like high risers at all. Like, the people there, they weren't singing, they weren't waving their hands, they weren't getting up. Like, it was so boring, and I ended up standing for the whole concert, and the only time people would get up is when the lead singer actually came closer to them, and they stood up so bad I couldn't see squat, and it was like, oh, well, you know, great, thanks people for finally getting up now that there's something to see and I can't see diddly shit. But no, the music was really beautiful, and they found some guy named Georgopoulos, which ended up being like the highlight of the entire show. They would not start ribbing on this guy for his name, and they were really ragging on his parents. Like, what kind of parents do you have? You were like condemning your child. You know that he would be screwed and made fun of. Why would your parents name you Georgopoulos? Like, is his nickname George? Like, is his middle name Georgie? And he just lost it laughing. And he spent like half the concert up in a what do you call it, like a harness that was like a crotch choking harness, to be honest. Like, I don't understand how you would do that, but I mean, he was up swinging over the audience and reaching for people and trying to touch hands, and he was still able to sing like that and sound good, which is really saying something. But I mean, my first thought was, how amazing must that view be, to be looking down and see all of these people singing your songs word by word, and knowing you're influencing them, and it just had to be an amazing feeling. And then I had another thought, which was, dear God, how much blood must be rushing to this guy's head, because he was tipped all forward, kind of like a bird pecking. And it's like, how do you sing like that? Like, I think his face must have been like bright red, and all the blood would be rushing to his head, but he still did it all. And it had to be really uncomfortable, but he did. And of course, he spent the top, no, not the top, the top is vital though. He spent a lot of the concert topless. He spent the first portion of it topless. And I don't know, it's 50-50, I think, him wanting to show off his abs, which I don't know how new they were, but he's definitely demonstrating them. I went back and checked a bunch of his concerts to date this year, and he's topless through a large portion of it. And then midway through, he went and he put on a mesh shirt, which is a total waste. He should have stayed topless, but I mean, honestly, I think the purpose of that wasn't just to be half naked. I think it really did a lot to increase the vulnerability and the intimacy of the whole experience. At least for me. I don't know if that's what he's going for. I like to think it was, but it did make the whole thing seem more intimate and closer. And he catapulted himself from one end of the venue to the other to make sure that everybody got some attention and felt like they were part of the concert, which was great. And I'm sitting at the very back row of the high-risers, so when I leaned against the wall, I could feel the vibrations of the music, and I spent a lot of it with my eyes closed, just so that I could make sure to really listen and sing along with it. It took a lot for me to get to the concert. I was there with my boyfriend, who is not a big concert fan, but he went because he knew it was important to me. We had to stay over at his sister-in-law and brother's place with their children, and they were moving, and it cost a lot of money, and I'm generally broke, but for that 2 hours that band was on stage, it was worth it. Everything that it took to get there, all the money and all the fights and the frustration and the noise, it did not matter. I felt like I belonged, which I feel silly kind of saying things like this, because I asked people who went to the concert. I had friends who went to the concert, but we weren't in the same seats. We were like directly across the arena from each other, so they could see us, but we couldn't see them, and they texted me the whole time, because they could see my hair, and I couldn't see anybody. But, so we were texting each other the whole concert, and when I asked her about it, it was just like, oh, Josh Ramsey's abs, and I'm like, okay, whatever, like, what else? But for those 2 hours, as silly as it might sound, I felt like I actually belonged somewhere. That's what music does. That's what it's there for. You know, this 5,000 people all showing their love for the same thing and all singing in unison and all a part of something. We're all more connected than we are separate, which is really special. If I had a church, I'm sitting on the stairs of a church now, oddly enough, but if I had a church, that would be my church. That would be my holy place. There's anywhere that I can get that much music with that many people, and we could all actually be united on something for once. I really liked it. I was really happy to come. I really loved it, and I've been listening to the music nonstop since I got back. And they're playing again on the 22nd on the Tuesday in Toronto, and I actually thought about hitching a ride to Toronto and going, but I'm tapped out, so that's no good money-wise, but at least I got to go see them once. The concert was too short. 2 hours is not enough, and I wish they could have been on stage for longer, but I'm sure it was probably really beating them up. But yeah, if you